Okay, this is page 125, lesson 7, and we are developing multiplication and word problems. So when I see multiplication and word problems, I immediately think is, means, remember you write what I write, equals, okay, and times as many means to multiply, and of means multiply. I don't want to put that there because I don't want you to get confused. Of means multiply as well. Okay. So there are words that are very important to word problems. Okay. When we're dealing with addition, words like altogether, or some, and is. When we're dealing with subtraction, how many more, fewer, there's very specific words that you need to pay attention to. So is means equals, times as many means times. And then sometimes we're not going to know, all of the numbers needed. So then we also have the unknown. Okay. So because we are in 4th grade, let's always use a question mark for our unknown. Okay. The unknown number, the number we need to find. So let's do our problem. Janelle's Market sells bags of 8 oranges. Simone needs 5 times that amount. Write and solve an equation to find the number of oranges that Simone needs. So we need to write and solve an equation to find out how many Simone needs. Okay. Well, Janelle's Market sells 8 oranges in a bag, okay, of 8 oranges. Simone needs 5 times that amount. So our OG number is 8 because there's 8 oranges per bag, okay? And if you wanted, you could even label this oranges per bag, okay? Well, Simone needs 5 times that amount. So 5 times means that we're going to draw 5 boxes. And then what number are we going to put in each box? That OG number, 8 oranges per bag. Okay. So we don't know our 8th song yet, but we know how to count by 5. So how many times should we count by 5? 8 times. So we'll go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. So that means that our answer is 40. She's going to need 40 oranges. That is how many oranges Simone is going to need. To write this as an equation, we're going to use 8 times as many, times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 equals question mark because we didn't know how many oranges. We did the work, so now we know. So then our equation will be 8 times 5 equals 40. Question mark equals 40. If you need to pause the video to copy it down, pause the video, but I'm moving on. Okay, so over here, they are doing exactly what we just did. If you want to use this next page to look at and really and reinforce what we just did, you may, but we're not going to spend time on this because we already did it. Look, we have the question mark, we have the 8, 5 times the oranges in one bag. The box here, they have the box for the unknown, and the box equals 40. Okay, so we're going to move on to page 127, and we're going to connect it. Okay. You do not know how many oranges Simone needs. What symbol on the bar model shows how many she needs? So let's look at our bar model. The question mark. The question mark shows, and we're going to say the unknown. Okay, let's underline it. This is the unknown. The question mark is the unknown, which is how many she needs. How does the bar model show how many oranges are in one bag? The bar model shows this with that OG number on the top, okay? So I'm going to pause it and write it really quick. So I chose to write, the bar model shows how many oranges are in one bag with the OG box at the top. Now remember, I told you guys to call this the OG box because I thought you guys would remember it better. This is the original number. This is the original number that we start with. And it just helps us set up our bar model. We do not include it when we are skip counting to find the answers. Okay. So how does the bar model show how many oranges Simone needs? It shows how many oranges Simone needs when the 8 is repeated 5 times. Okay, when the 8 is repeated 5 times on this bar model, that shows us what to skip count by. And then the actual number is at the question mark. Okay, so I'm going to write, and then you can write what I write. So I said the bar model shows how many oranges Simone needs by writing the 5 groups of 8. This right here is the 5 groups of 8. And you did that on the other page too. We're using this one because then we don't have to flip back and forth. How can you find 5 times as many as 8? Well, you can skip count by 5s. You can also skip count by 8s, but we don't know that song yet. Okay, now we're going to write an equation using numbers to show how many oranges Simone needs. So this would be 5 times 8 equals 40. And we already did this on the other page also. Explain how you can write a multiple equation from a bar model. So you can write in a multiplication problem from the bar model based on the OG number. So you would write the OG number, which is 8, and multiply it by the number of groups drawn, okay, which would be times 5. There's 5 groups, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 groups times the OG number, Look back at your try it strategies by classrooms. Which models work best? So what do you like? Do you like the equation? Or do you like the bar model? Put it in your own words. Page 128. So we're going to practice these 3 together, and then you are going to do the green pages and put the answers on the Google form provided. Okay? So Neil and Vincent collect cans. Neil collects 10 cans. Vincent collects 3 times as many cans as Neil. Write an equation with an unknown to find the number of cans Vincent collects. Solve the equation and show your work. So we are going to write an equation. This is what we have to do to show the unknown cans Vincent collects. So Neil collects 10 cans. This is important. Vincent collects 3 times as many. Okay, so the OG number, and we can write it on here. Our OG number is Neil because he collects 10 cans. Vincent collects 3 times as many. 1, 2, 3. 3 times as many. What number goes in each box? The OG number goes in each box. So, but now we have to write this equation. So based on this, we have our OG number times the amount of groups, 1, 2, 3, times 3 equals 30. Okay, then solve the equation. So the solution is Vincent collects 30 cans. Mimi eats 6 times as many raisins as Mary. Mary eats 9 raisins. Write an equation with the unknown number. Oh, sorry, we did not write the unknown number. So the unknown is right here. So we did not follow the directions. This should have been equals the unknown. Okay? Write an equation with the unknown number to find the amount of raisins she eats. Mimi eats 6 times as many raisins as Mary. Mary eats 9. 9 is our OG number because we know for a fact that Mary eats 9 raisins. So 9, Mary, OG number. Mimi eats 6 times as many. So we're going to have 6 groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we're going to write 9 in each of them. We do not know the answer. So our equation is going to look like our OG number times the 6 times as many equals question mark. 9 times 6, we can count by 6s. Ooh, I think that I found a way to count by 6. 12, 18, 24, 30, and 36, 42, 48, 54. 54. 54 raisins, that's way too many raisins. So Mimi ate 54 raisins. Okay. Remember, if I'm going too fast, you can pause me at any time because this is a video. Number 10, Tyler runs 4 laps around the track. George runs 8 times as many laps as Tyler. How many laps does George run? And which equation can help you find the answer? Question first, how many does George run? George is our unknown. Tyler is our known. Tyler runs 4 laps. Tyler is our OG number with 4. George, we don't know, but we do know he runs 8 times as many laps as Tyler. So that means how many groups are we going to write? 8. We're going to write 8 groups. What number goes in each box? 4. What would this equation look like? Let's not look over here yet. Let's do the work. This would be 4, that OG number, times how many groups George has, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, times 8 equals our unknown. We do not know how much it equals. Let's see. So are we going to add? No way. This said times as many. Are we going to subtract? Are we going to multiply? Yeah, we're going to multiply. Are we going to divide? No way. Well, my answer looks a little different than theirs. Is it still correct? It is still correct because of the commutative property. You can switch these up. Remember? It means the same thing. So right now, you're going to complete on your own pages 129 and 130. And then you're going to put the answer on the Google form that is next in your math workbook spot on Google Classroom.